Welcome back, everybody. So now we have done the add or the save. So we built the to-do, so it's ready to be saved. But where does it have to be saved? It has to be saved back in the original view controller. So somehow we have to set up some communication between this view controller, the add and edit view controller, and the original view controller where the table view is and where the data is. The way we're going to do this is we're going to use a protocol, okay? And a protocol is similar to an interface in a language like Java. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up to the to-do and I'm going to add a new group and I'll call this protocols. And then within the protocols I'll make a new file and it'll be a Swift file and I'm going to save it as ToDo savable. Okay, so ToDo savable, and I'll copy that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a protocol named ToDo savable. And it's just going to have one method, and that method will be func save a to-do, and it'll take two parameters. The first parameter will be the to-do, and it'll be of type to-do, and the second parameter will be the index of the to-do, and it'll be an integer optional. So let's just go here. Whoopsie, I forgot the capital D. Good thing we have, and there we go. So now, this is a method that will be implemented whenever we implement the to-do savable. So, what we have is a sort of like a rule now. If you implement do savable, it means you have this method. So let's copy this method. And where do we want to do the saving? Do we want to do the saving in this class, or do we want to do the saving in this class? Well, where is the actual data? The actual data is in the view controller. So this is where we want to do the saving. So we want to say that this class is what? Is to-do savable. Let me just copy it again. Sorry. This class is going to be to-do savable. And notice right away, we're saying we are able to save to-dos. But we got an error. Why? Because we're not conforming to the protocol. In order to conform to the protocol, our job is to do what? Our job is to make sure we do everything we need to do in order to satisfy this requirement. So what we need to do is actually implement this method. So what we're going to do is we're going to implement this method. So let's go down here and let's implement this method. Now, there's two ways we're going to handle this. One way is if we have an index, that means we're going to update an existing to-do. And if we don't, we're going to add a to-do. So here we go. If let underscore equal the index of the to-do, then that means the to-do already exists. So we can say self dot the to-do list index of the to-do is equal to the to-do. That means that we're at the edit mode. And what does the add mode look like? Well, we're simply going to do the, self dot the to-do list dot append. And what are we going to append? We're going to append the to-do. Okay, so notice we've lost the error because we've now satisfied this method. Now, we have one more step to do. We have to go back to our view controller and we have to have an object. We have to have an object of type what? So I'm going to say, I'm going to call this place object to save to, and it's going to be of type what? To do savable. So we have an object of type to do. I'm going to make this optional. And there we go. So we know that this object can save because it is a to-do savable object. Okay, stay with me here. This one's a little bit tricky. Let's go back to the view controller. When we decide to go to the next view controller in the prepare. So now we're going back to our segue. When we go into the segue, I'm going to say the next VC dot object. We called it what? It's not updating right away, but let's go get it. It was called object to save to. So we're going to say dot object to save to equals self. Oh boy, what's going on here? So we know that the object we're currently in is to do savable. Therefore, I'm going to tell the next VC that the object you want to save to is this object itself. So you see how we're making the connection. I'm telling this VC that the object you want to save to is this VC. So I'm saying, hey, new VC, the place you're going to save is this self. So we've made a connection between these two. We'll talk more about this. I just want you to get exposed to it now, but it will get clearer and clearer. So let's go back to the code. So we now have our object. So now all we have to do at the end of this method is what? Is self dot object to save to dot what? Dot save. We're gonna save what? Self dot the to do, and the index is gonna be what? Self dot index of to do, and that will call the method back in the original class. And then finally we have to do what? We have to dismiss. We have to dismiss in an animated way this to do. Wow. So what we're doing is we're going to save the data back to the view controller. Do we need to update the table view and redraw it? No, because we have a did set. Okay, let's see how all this works. So I'm going to run the code. we're going to do a quick ad first. So I'll say, this is the title. We're gonna add that. And let's see what happens when I click here. That's good. And I'm gonna write here, this is the details. And let's change this to urgent and let's click add. So there we go. I wonder if it worked. There we go. Look, it's all pre-filled in. How about if we add a due date, February 2nd, 2019, normal, and let's put an exclamation here. Let's add that. So the exclamation's there. If I click it, February 2nd, 2019, normal. Voila! It worked. Okay, so we now have come full circle. We're able to add, and the adding is showing up back in the new system. Just one more quick test. How about if I do a real ad? So we'll do here A, B, I. And there you go. It shows up right there. So that's the end of that video, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.